Welcome to Resilient Love Podcast.
Join hosts Quentin and Brianna as they discuss tips on love, life, and
business.
Let's get into this next episode. Hey everybody. We're back
with another episode of
Resilient Love.
So today on Resilient Love Podcast, we will be having Rachael and Gui from True Health Consulting. And they are here today to talk about health tips in a pandemic. Also, they will discuss their health coaching business.
So you all know with this pandemic, we need all the help we can get. And Quentin and I, we've been doing good. We've been changing our habits, but we're excited to get some more tips as well. So I'm not going to keep talking. Let me bring in our guest. Hi.
Hello.
So how's everything? How are you guys doing?
We're very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So go ahead. Give us a little bit more about you.
All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Gui, and this is Rachael. We're part of True Health Coaching, and we, help people battle chronic illnesses and weight loss and all that stuff, and be a resilient human being.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All with food. Yeah.
Nutrition
and lifestyle change. It's amazing what our bodies are capable of when we power them with the right foods, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And we have actually witnessed that through the pandemic. Like, if we drink milk, it's almost like an influx of some type of mucus or something. It's like, what in the world just happened? So we can honestly say we've seen the changes.
There's a very small percentage of this population that can really deal with milk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, there's like 70% of the world that has at least a little bit of sensitivity to dairy.
And I think we do lactate for the last couple of months.
Yeah, we switched, and that has helped, but yeah.
It's still there.
It's still a little there. But anywho, I just had to throw that out there. Go ahead, Chris.
So, Rachael and Gui, let's begin by just sharing how you all met and what led to the health coaching business. We work together in our business. So what is it like for you all?
It's challenging.
No, it's awesome. No, I'm kidding.
It's great. Well, how we met?
We met 15 years ago.
You don't know?
It's like,
she doesn't even know.
It's like 15. Once you get past a certain time, it's like, whatever.
We met in end of 2004, beginning of 2005.
Ooh.
And we sold knives together.
Oh, wow.
It's our beginning of our story is not very sexy or fun or anything like that. But, we've been together for a really long time. He started researching health and nutrition when he was like in his late 20s, and he was like tanking big time on his energy, his mental clarity and whatnot. And he's like,
brain fog. I had a lot of brain fog. I had a lot of energy issues. I mean, I used to dread going to the gym. When you drive up to the gym and you find your parking spot and you stay there for about 15 minutes trying to psych yourself up. That was me. I can, and that was the beginning of the journey right there. I wanted to be better about that and actually enjoy the things that makes me better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So gym will make you better.
Mhm.
So I started my journey by trying low carb, and that did something, but my energy was still tanking and everything. So I really started to dig deep to see how I could nourish myself and have energy in the same time. That's when I found out that our fear of fat, it's completely unfounded, and there's nothing out there that says that we should fear fat outside from bad science studies. Anyway, so I added the fat in after being low carb. I was just being low carb and low fat at the same time. I was just doing a lot of protein, and that was not cutting. When I added the fat in, that's when I started having better outcomes. I started enjoying going to the gym, and everything had a big turn after that.
Okay.
He in turn got me, into this. I was very resistant, by the way.
Very.
For a while. And, I was hoping just to like lose a little bit of weight or whatever. And I got so much more from it. Like I was always tired. Like I took naps every day. I would sleep 10 hours a night and I still would feel like I needed a nap.
One of our Halloween costumes was nap queen.
Yeah. Like,
bodied.
Yeah, I slept a lot, and like I would get monthly migraines. Like there was a lot of things that I thought was just normal, and just I just took as part of my life.
And that's exactly what people think.
Right.
You think getting older means getting sick. They just think every time for a girl, every time of the month they got to battle that whole week of bad outcomes and feeling. So that's not the case. I'm just pointing out that that's not the case. We're supposed to feel good. We are supposed to be here and having a great life and do good throughout.
Full of energy.
Yeah, we need our energy, and energy is not something that it's like, oh, sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. No, we have to have it all the time.
Yeah.
We base our coaching a lot of in evolution, right?
Okay.
And evolutionary speaking, we didn't have time to have low energy. We would die. We would definitely die, if we had a low energy. I'm talking about evolution when it happened before agriculture, before like a lot. I'm not talking about 10,000 years. I'm talking about millions of years. That's when our actual evolution took place. And at that time, we did not have time to be, sick and tired. And,
right.
Yeah. So when he helped me heal myself of all these things that I didn't even know needed healing, I was like, all right, like you clearly need to, do something with this and help more people.
Yeah.
And, that's when we started.
Wow. That's powerful. Just recognizing the value of being better, period. Just being better. And I like the fact that Miss Rachel said, in being better, let's also get some money.
Totally.
Yes. Get paid for that knowledge.
One part of your question was like how we work together, right? And this has been a really fun project for both of us, and we're very lucky that we have separate strengths. So it's been actually quite not easy, but it's been pretty easy, I can imagine, versus like other people who are trying to do the same things. But like I'm very much operational, marketing focused, and he's the nutritionist. He's the main coach here, right?
Got it.
We can complement each other really well, and it's been working.
Yeah, that's good. And I can see that. Yes, I can. So that leads me to that idea of this pandemic, making sure that we have the habits. Our habits got exposed this year. I don't care what you think. Everybody habit got exposed. So
100%.
If you were not considering your health before, now you should. So with that being said, what are the foods like when I know you all have the clientele probably shot up because it was like, okay, I need to really get direction on how to be healthy through this pandemic. So what are the key foods and supplements that we all should be intaking in this time?
It's funny that you say that because our government it's not talking about that at all.
Yeah.
Right.
We're all talking about stay home, just eat whatever you want. Otherwise, you're gonna have mental problems and all that stuff. And everybody's now a baker. Everybody having cook-offs, and everybody's just watching Netflix and being on the couch all the time. That is not the way we're supposed to take the pandemic in. We're supposed to battle, and to do that, we have to eat satiating food, nourishing foods that actually strengthen up and boost your immune system, right? And that's animal foods. I mean, we have our again, we base this on evolution, right? Our ancestors, they prized animal food. They prized organ meat. They prized really nutrient dense. They ate for the nutrients, right? They knew what was the most nutrient dense things that would nourish them, and that's animal foods. That's data. I mean, don't take my word for it. Just you go online and you check what's the food that has most nutrients. Animal foods are gonna come up.
Yes.
Right.
Liver is gonna come up actually.
Well, actually, that's not true. There's a lot of misinformation out there as well, right? You know, our society right now, we're very plant-based heavy, and there's I don't want to get like political about it, but there's like a kind of an agenda out there right now pushing plant-based, which we could go into that, but that's another huge topic. But there's, plant-based diets are not ideal for most people, just
right.
If we think about, every animal on the planet has a species appropriate diet, right? And so do humans, right? And while we can live on plant foods, can we thrive on plant foods? And the answer is like, not really. For a minute.
There's that honeymoon phase that you go when you go plant-based because you're taking the bull crap out of your diet. You're taking processed stuff out of your diet and you're actually having fresh foods. Of course, you're going to feel better when you don't have the junk, But in the long run, that's not going to be optimal for you. In the long run, our whole system is adapted and it was molded to have nutrient-dense foods, not to have nutrient-poor foods, like a cow. A cow can have nutrient-poor foods all day long because they have this miraculous digestive system. They can take nourishment from cellulose, from grass.
Yeah,
we can't. We just can't. A chicken can take nourishment from grains. We cannot. We don't have mechanisms inside our body to do that. So we need real nutrient-dense foods, and that's animals.
And that actually, he brings up another good point is like, it's not only like what we add into our diet, but it's really important what we take out of our diet, right? And, sugar, processed food, seed oils and vegetable oils, all those things are really toxic. And just eliminating those from your diet, you will feel a lot better.
Exactly. That should be the number one thing you do. Take the junk out. That's going to make a big change on your health. You're gonna feel much different. Yeah. When you take especially seed oils, which is something that a lot of people don't know about yet. We have this seed oils on Whole Foods with the pretty bottles and all colorful and all that, but those things are actually poison. They're slow acting poison. When you have the corn oil, the cottonseed, the grape, the what else? The soybean oil, the sunflower, the safflower.
I was just about to bring that up because me and Q did a menu. I mean, not a menu. We did a recipe with sunflower oil.
Yeah. I mean, it's
oh Lordy.
When we say like there's so much misinformation out there, like it is like widespread. And it's so sad. It's all marketing and it's because it's cheap. These products are cheap. They refine it, heavy machinery, lots of heating, and
bleaching,
bleaching, what have you, and then they put it on the shelves. They put a nice sticker on it.
Oh, they have the Heart Association sticker on it.
Yep,
because they the HAA receives money, a lot of money, to have those stickers on your food.
Yeah. So unfortunately, what we always tell our clients and everybody we talk to, like, you guys are your own advocates. The government is not, the American Heart Association is not, the American Diabetes Association is not. You guys are your own advocates, and it's really important, to do your research or hire somebody like us who have done it for you. You like that?
Money will always speak louder than the nation's health.
Yeah,
that's sad, but that's
true. I totally agree.
Now,
and we take advice from doctors that don't even do much of nutrition in school. They don't take much nutrition courses in school, and that's the people we're taking advice from, and with their big guts in front of them, telling you to eat plants and all that stuff. Sad.
It's rough. It's rough for sure.
That was good.
Yeah, definitely. We've noticed that of course, even through the pandemic, more that their job is to push big pharma, and you really can't get around it. It's just
there's so much money in it. There's no. I don't know how we get away from this.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's so much money behind big pharma. There's so much money in drugs, and there's way more money in sickness than health. There's no money in people that are healthy. There's no money in people that are dead, but there's a lot of money in people that are sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's the problem. We have the healthcare should be actually called sick care, because that's all they do. They manage sickness.
Sickness.
Not to get you healthier. It's not to get you healthier. They just want to manage sickness. No, here's the pill so we can mask your symptoms, and then you come back for more next month.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, y'all. If you didn't catch that tip, I don't know. I can cut it off right there. That was so good. I'm telling you, these are the people you need in your corner to help you get healed for real. Okay. Yeah. All right, Q. Go ahead, because I got excited.
Me too. And this next question is a very big one on my list that I'm like really looking forward to. So the question is, we have been making changes in what we eat as well. What is a better food plan? Keto, vegan, or vegetarian? What are the differences, and what are your thoughts on intermittent fasting?
Okay, so there's a lot to uncover there.
Yeah.
So, the one diet that we highly recommend people to avoid, and
recommend to avoid.
Yeah. We recommend to avoid is the vegan diet. We believe that diet is very dangerous and long-term can cause a lot of health issues.
Just a quick story about the vegan diet. The vegan diet actually started over here in California, I think, and the 7-day Adventists. Vegan diet has a background on religious beliefs. Okay, the vegan diet was started to have the followers, or the people that believe in 7-day Adventists, to refrain from carnal sins. Mm-hmm. So a vegan diet would make people not have carnal thoughts, not have sexual thoughts. So it will decrease their libido. That doesn't tell you that is not good for you. If something decreases your libido, which is the whole reason why we're in this earth, we're put over here by whoever force to procreate, to procreate, right?
Yeah.
If something makes you not want to do that, that's not supposed to be for you.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about the vegan diet. They were wanting to have people not have those thoughts and not have sexual experience and to decrease their libido.
Yeah. So, but the main reason, that's not the main reason why we tell people not to pursue a vegan diet. It's more because of the malnutrition that you get, vitamin deficiency, nutritional deficiency, due to poor nutrient absorption from plants. Like we said earlier, plants are put up on this pedestal, right? Mm-hmm. But in reality, animals have the ability to camouflage, run, fight, predators.
And that's their defense.
That's their defense. Plants have toxins.
They can't run. They're stuck to the ground.
So while a lot of the plants we eat, we can tolerate the toxins, after years and years of eating only plant-based foods, those toxins inhibit, nutrient absorption. And they can also, create things like, kidney stones or bladder stones or, other things like, gut permeability. Like they can really mess you up. So know that. So if you are considering a vegan diet, please do your research. And it is a bit dangerous.
Plants don't want to get eaten. Like nothing wants to get eaten in this planet, So they have to evolve to do something to refrain other animals and other predators to eat them and to extinguish them. So they create this chemical warfare in them. So it would discourage animals from eating a lot of it. And then the animals evolve to have more resilience to it and all that stuff. But they won't go extinct because of that chemical warfare they provide. And they put a lot of that on their seeds. People that just munching on seeds all the time. Yeah. Not a good idea.
So, to go back to your question, what's the best diet? We're very, we pretty much teach keto, right? Keto is kind of like, it embodies a lot of different diets,
You can be vegan and be keto. I mean, the whole thing about keto has such a connotation for the bad or worse these days. We try to not even use that word anymore. Yeah. But every diet can be keto. If one diet gets you to the metabolic state of ketosis, that diet is keto. Yep. So if a vegan diet, if you do a lot of fat and low carb in a vegan diet, that vegan diet can be keto. It's a ketogenic vegan diet. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's like we're comparing orange to apples here.
Okay.
So a lot of diets can be keto, right? Keto, being in a ketogenic state, is actually a metabolic state, right? So it's more.
It's not a fad diet. Yeah, it's a state, metabolic state.
Yeah, and actually babies are born, when we're born into ketosis.
It's a natural state. It's a natural state that we could spend a lot of our life in. A lot. And our ancestors did that. If you go out in nature, it'll be hard to find a carb that's actually edible. Nowadays you can find it in every corner, but our ancestors were really hard to find. Maybe at the end of the summer they'll get the fruits and all that, but that's 1 month a year. For most of their lives they weren't ketosis. They ate fat and protein all year, and then when winter's about to come, which comes with less opportunities, they have to be more resilient. You can't find more animals. You can't get anything. The fruits come. We evolve with nature so beautifully. So the fruits come, make you fatter, like literally. Fruits come to make you fatter, so you have more energy, because that's what it is. You carry our fat with us. It's like filling our tank, right? We carry it with us, and we can use it if you have access to it. So the fruits come, make us fatter, so we can actually survive winter. So we have more fuel, for days that we can't get a hunt, so we can't gather anything. We have our own fuel that was going to nourish us. Yeah. And that's the whole reason for carbs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting when you, I said we can go on about this forever, but whenever you're thinking about food and like what you should eat, like really thinking about and taking an ancestral approach to us is the best thing, because that is a proven species appropriate diet for us humans.
Evolution takes time. Evolution takes a lot of time to happen. And 10,000 years, it's a drop in the water. It's not even something that makes a difference, right? So we had like almost 3 million, 4 million years of evolution before agriculture. And then after agriculture, which is 10,000 years ago, that's not enough time for us to change too much.
And also, just to note, that's when chronic illnesses started coming about. You know,
especially after the Industrial Revolution, then just shocked.
Right. Now that's for sure. Exactly.
I
that
think
factory life.
Yeah, was it Egyptians were the first?
That's right. We have like hard data nowadays. We have mummies in museums and all, and when we inspect their arteries and all that, they had atherosclerosis. They had plaques in their arteries. And Egyptians is the first civilization that actually took agriculture to be a staple of their diet. So they had a lot of wheat, they had a lot of barley, and that was not a species appropriate diet. And that was the first civilization that showed heart disease.
Isn't that crazy? I thought that was so crazy when you
That is crazy. You all are really educating us because that the history, you know, they always say history repeats itself. And so if there was a trace, right, of something that wasn't right, that trace is going to follow us. And now today, as you said, we have organizations like American Heart Disease, American Diabetes, but keyword American.
So
that's right.
So and with that, you know, with her point and your point, it just sounds like big corporation.
Oh,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's our capitalism, and we can't run away from it anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, that's why we have to be our own advocates. You know, we have to do your own research, and history is here. History. We got to understand our past to see what's going on with our present. You know, that's why we have chronic illnesses, because we've been led astray. We've been led to believe that plants and grains and bread supposed to be in the bottom of our pyramid. Our food pyramid is like bread, pasta, all the things that there's no business being in our body, but that's what they say you're supposed to have the most of. You know, that's because we subsidized corn and we subsidized soy, and we have these big plantations, and you know, we fly through America and you see these big plantations of, you know, monocrops, and that's not how we're gonna fix ourselves, and it's not how we're gonna fix our world.
It's kind of, I mean, going on a slight tangent, but you know, eating more aligned with how our ancestors are, you know, they will promote healing of the planet as well. And it's all, you know, because if you think about it, like just returning to the way of natural cycles and, you know, being more in tune with like our nature and our seasons and eating closer to home, things like that, it all plays a role. You know, that's a whole nother topic, but you know. And
that's so good though. It's vital information. And again, like you guys said, making sure we as the listeners, as the receivers, do research. But I mean, I've honestly been researching keto. So for you all to say that, I'm like, girl, go ahead and do keto.
Go for it. You know, there's some people that'll say like keto is like really dangerous.
Right. Cause heart disease because a lot of fat, but fat doesn't cause heart disease. Okay, that's it's fiction. There's a lot of documentaries out there right now that tell you that we actually ate a lot of fat in our evolution, and the carb centric food system that we have today, it's all because of money. Because those are the things that are cheap to farm, and that's what we subsidized.
If you guys are into documentaries and this is interesting to you, there's on Amazon Prime, there's one called Fat Fiction, and it's very good. It's awesome, and it does a really good job of, wrapping it all up for us and putting it in a digestible way. It's excellent. It's very good.
That one, you know, is going to speak to our health, but if you want to also know how we're going to fix the world, fix the planet, watch Sacred Cow. There's another one that talks about regenerative farming, which is, you know, how farming was always supposed to be. We mimic how natural cycles always happen in our world, you know, with the bison all over North America, grazing and having pressure from the predators. And if we mimic that, this seasonal grazing, we can actually hold on to more carbon in the soil. That means that it's less in the atmosphere. And then maybe we can, you know, kill two birds with one stone. We fix ourselves and we fix our planet at the same time.
That's good. That's good.
It's all good. Yep.
So overall, this has been awesome. They dropped so many gems. If you didn't pick them up, that's on you.
Oh.
You gotta rewatch, replay.
But intermittent fasting, I don't know if you guys want to hit that point.
Sure.
We definitely can. We could speak on this on intermittent fasting for another 30 minutes. It's a big topic, okay? So just know that it's a big topic. We are definitely pro intermittent fasting.
Okay.
It's evolutionarily consistent.
Yeah.
It's all about, doing what we always did, because the more time we did something, the more time we had to adapt to it. Intermittent fasting was something that we did naturally before agriculture. I mean, hunts sometimes weren't successful,
Okay, makes sense.
No, right? I mean,
Makes sense.
sometimes we weren't that skilled, and we didn't catch something, or we couldn't gather anything, and we actually had to fast. And a very important evolutionary trait that we evolved to have is to use our own fat for fuel, and to have access to that fat is what made us survive through our evolution. So intermittent fasting is actually something that is really important that I would, tell most, but not everybody. I wouldn't tell, pregnant people or nursing women and kids to do, but I would do the average Joe to do, because that's really consistent with our evolution. A lot of things happen in our bodies when we're not eating. Digestion takes a lot of energy. And we just have so much. Our brain takes 20% of it. So that's done.
Right.
Digestion takes a lot of it too. So a lot of good things happen. Your body has more energy to actually do other things that us put in the back burner when you're digesting. So if you're eating 24/7, you never have time to do those things that, happen, that healing power that it happens when you're not digesting.
Yeah, like cell regeneration, and that's a big one.
Yeah, that's the big one right there is autophagy, which cell recycling, right? So we use our cells, right? And then, when they get old and they get used, sometimes they get damaged, right? And then when you fast, you actually get rid of them. When you fast, you actually impact your stem cells, which we have a lot of, and most of us aren't using them. We have a lot of stem cells, and they can become any cell in our body, and it become new and a young cell, full of energy and full of power, full of capabilities, and then we cycle those old cells away, and we're literally getting a little bit younger by intermittent fasting. Everybody over 30 should actually try intermittent fasting, because it's that important. If you're not growing anymore, you should be intermittent fasting, because that's gonna keep you younger. Cell level.
Wow. So the fountain of youth is attached to intermittent fasting.
Not eating all the time.
So, guys, this has been an awesome episode. We don't want to close this out without allowing you guys to share where people can follow you and what you all have coming up for 2021, if you want to share anything like that.
Definitely. So you guys can find us. We're really active on Instagram. You can find us at Coaching True Health. Actually, we are in the process of rebranding. So if you guys are listening to this in January, you can find us at rewindyournutrition.com.
Love it.
You like that?
I like it. Look at you. You just dropped another one.
Our handle's going to be Rewind Your Nutrition too?
Yeah. Our handle on Instagram will change to Rewind Your Nutrition for sure.
Love it. Well, guys, this has been another episode of Resilient Love. And we are so happy to have you guys.
Thank
and
you so much.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you to all listeners and subscribers. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Leave us a 5-star review on Apple so that we can continue sharing resilient love. Thanks for listening.